Okay, so if you are not living under a rock, Snapdragon recently had an event where they launched the upcoming flagship processor Snapdragon 8 Elite. But the most hyped thing of the event was this graph. And the Snapdragon X Elite for laptops seems to score the best. So are those claims any good? And the bigger confusion, should you buy AMD, Intel or Snapdragon? Well, we have reviewed many Intel and AMD laptops, you can go check that out. So today's video is going to be different because today we have Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. This is based on the latest Snapdragon X Elite CPU. And we have been using this device for 10 days now so that we can give you a clear picture of what you should buy. Stick around till the end of the video, let's go. But before that, if this is your first time buying a laptop, here's what you get. This brown cardboard box. Inside you get the laptop wrapped up in this paper type material. Eco-friendly. Some paperwork, cute little charging brick and the power cable, that's it. Also, this video is made in collaboration with Lenovo and Snapdragon, but the testing and benchmarks are from our personal experience. I'll tell you both sides of the story, things that I liked and a few constructive criticism for the laptop as well. Now, I would say there are 5 really great things with this laptop, starting with the design. It looks very minimal, no flashy colors or anything. And see here, you can easily open the lid with one hand because you have this extra lip portion on the top, so it's easy to grip and open. Also, the laptop can go max to about 170 degrees. And the hinge quality is pretty good. It can stop at any angle. Now in my use, I used it as a laptop, keeping it on your lap, and there was no screen wobble or anything while typing. But the thing I really loved about the design is the weight. See, it weighs in around 1.28 kg. For a laptop, that is pretty light because I've been carrying this laptop in my bag, on my Aether, and it never felt heavy. Also, this design solves one of the biggest complaints I've had with Windows laptop. See here, on other Windows laptop, the speakers are placed right at the bottom. So if you keep it on the sofa and listen to music, the audio is muffled completely. But here, I'll put the laptop on the sofa and have a listen. The sound sounds fuller and richer. That's because 2 speakers on this are front facing over the top here, and you get 2 more speakers here at the bottom, so you get a total of 4 speakers. Plus, it also supports Dolby Atmos, so watching a movie on this is a treat, which is actually the second best thing about the laptop. In my use, I watched the entire season of IC814 and the picture quality, colors and sharpness are really good. By the way, suggest some good web series to binge. Coming back to the laptop, this is a 14.5-inch laptop, 3K 90Hz OLED panel. Now, here's the best part. The display supports Dolby Vision and a peak brightness of 1000 nits. For a laptop, that's a big deal because other OLEDs usually have around 500 nits. So if you're a fan of action movies, those explosion scenes will look more realistic, as if the explosion is happening in front of you. Sad, but realistic. But that's not all. The display is actually 100% sRGB. Let me explain. So if I open this image of a rainbow, on the other laptop it looks faded. You cannot make out all the 7 colors easily. However, on the Yoga Slim 7X, the rainbow looks more vibrant and you can clearly see the 7 different colors. So if your work revolves around colors, or if you're a graphic designer or a color grade artist, having this 100% sRGB certification is a good feature. Now, the display is also a touchscreen, so you can seldomly use it to scroll or if you're presenting something to someone else. Now, the thing that excites me most about this laptop is the CPU. This comes with the latest Snapdragon X Elite X1E 78100 chip. Did Elon Musk name this processor? Anyways, this is an ARM-based processor which is different from the traditional x86 CPUs that you get with Intel or AMD. There are 2 things that you need to know to understand this thing. Number 1, what is ARM? Consider x86 as your general physician. They'll be suitable for most of your needs: fever, back pain, indigestion. The general physician will have a solution. But finding the solution will require multiple visits, more money or resource like more power. Whereas ARM is a bunch of specialists. If your back pain persists, you see an orthopedist. If your stomach ache doesn't cure, you see a gastrologist. That is ARM. Consider it as one big hospital. So if your task is taking photos or videos, it goes to ISP. If your task is video rendering, it goes to encoders. If your task is AI, it goes to NPU. It's more organized, compact, and saves energy. Well, I mainly use the laptop to watch videos, write my script, browse the web, etc. This is basically medium work workload, the laptop handled it pretty well. There was no lag or anything. Now, most of the apps worked well because of something called Prism, which is the second thing that you need to know about this platform. So the majority of the software is written for x86 CPU, but ARM CPU cannot natively run x86 software. So a middle person or a translator is used that converts the x86 codes to ARM code. This translation layer in Windows is called Prism, and it is beautifully executed on this laptop. See, I'll open Discord, no issues. Same, we use Trello in Office. See, it opens like a normal app. So simple. But if you're an enthusiast, you want to know more, you can go to Task Manager, then Details, and see here it shows which apps are running natively or ARM and which is running via emulation. However, few things that I must mention. Not all apps support this emulation. Like I also use this app called CoreTemps. This doesn't work. If I force the emulation, still doesn't work. If you're using any particular app, maybe your Office custom-made app that may not run, please double check with that. Another interesting thing to note is, see, if I run Cinebench R24, it scores around 900 points, which is less, because we ran the benchmark on a different laptop with the same CPU and that one scored more than 1000 points. Now, here's the reason why that is. See, when I run the benchmark, the temperature is going past 90 degrees and this top portion of the laptop is very hot. Now, I know it's not that big of an issue because in my normal use, I'd never noticed this heating. It was only when running the benchmark. So unless you're doing 3D modeling or rendering videos, you should be good to go. Also, this is not a gaming laptop. Like ARM CPUs are not meant for gaming yet. So I didn't really try gaming on this laptop. And this is Lenovo's first Copilot Plus PC. See, you get a dedicated Copilot key here. This brings up Copilot. Let me demonstrate a few useful AI features. Like, of course, you can use it like ChatGPT, but you can do much more. Generate me an image of Batman fighting Ravan. Oh my god, it looks so good. Now, this laptop is rated for 45 TOPS, trillion operations per second, which makes it a certified Copilot Plus PC. So you get additional AI features here as well. Like there is Co-Create. On Paint, I'll just write what I want to draw. For example, mountains and the sun coming from behind the mountain. I'll select watercolor here. Now, if I just draw simple lines, see, the AI is beautifully replicating my image into a proper painting. Plus, even I can make changes. It instantly reflects on the final output. If I show this to my mom and say I drew it, she would not believe. And here's another very useful feature. I'm a fan of K-drama, but sometimes I forget to download the subtitles. But with AI on this laptop, you get this live caption feature, which can instantly generate subtitles for about 40 languages. Also, you get additional AI in the webcam called Studio Effects. So you can do background blur. You can also use this creative filter. Like I'll apply this animated filter. Oh my god, it looks so young. And this works on device. Also, you get a 1080p webcam, and this is how the video quality and mic quality is. Plus, there are other AI features that will roll out pretty soon, so you should stay tuned for that Windows update. Now, one of the biggest upgrades that Snapdragon brings to Windows laptop is in battery life. So if I started my day at around 10 AM with 100% battery and doing normal stuff on my laptop, usual day work, browsing the web, watching videos, and brightness set to about 80%, by the end of the day, like at 9 PM, I would still have around 20% battery remaining. Like this is one of the highest I've ever seen on a Windows laptop. Now, this will vary depending on what you do. If you're video rendering, the battery life will be different. And the cool thing about this laptop is you don't need to carry the charger with you. You can charge the laptop with any of the 3 Type-C ports. All the ports support charging. That being said, if there is one constructive criticism that I have with this laptop, it would be regarding the ports. On the left, you have 2 Type-C USB 4 port. On the right, you have another Type-C port. All the ports support display out. However, there is no USB-A or HDMI port. So in case if you use a dual monitor setup, you'll have to get a new cable or just buy a Type-C to HDMI dongle. Other than this, the typing experience on this laptop is pretty good. Keyboard is backlit and you get sufficiently big trackpad. I didn't talk much about it because, well, there was so much about this laptop that was new. So that was our first look at the all-new Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. So to answer the question, should you even consider getting a Snapdragon laptop? It all depends on your needs. So to make it clear, if you're a gamer, no, as of now, ARM is not for you. Stick to AMD or Intel laptops. And if you're someone who does heavy work, like if you're into video editing or if you're into 3D rendering, then also I would say stick to AMD or Intel, wait for the support of the apps. While you can technically get your work done on ARM, as of now, softwares are not optimized for ARM. However, if you're someone looking to buy an all-purpose laptop, a bit of watching movies, browsing the web, bit of photo editing, and most importantly, if you want a full day battery life, then by all means, the Snapdragon X Elite is good for that. And in that case, you can consider the Lenovo Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. So the price of this Lenovo Snapdragon laptop currently as of making this video is 1.28 lakh on Lenovo.com. Also the device comes with built-in accidental damage protection. Now we'll leave the link for the laptop in the description. If you get the laptop from Lenovo.com, you have the option to customize your PC depending on the RAM, storage and all of that. The laptops can be delivered in selected pin codes in just 4 hours. But I want to hear from you guys. Which laptop would you prefer getting? Let us know in the comment section and I'll see you in the next one. On that note, this is signing off. Pew pew.